This time on Roadkill Garage, we're finally smoking tires in the Mopar muscle truck. To understand this episode of Roadkill Garage, you really got to get deep into the mind of Steve Dulcich.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you've got like a fleet of cars everywhere, and his daily driver is a 4x4 Dodge Durango with like 300,000 miles on it, with the CV joints falling apart, the transmission's all shaky, the alternator doesn't work, and on this episode, we're gonna have to try and find him a good old vehicle to actually be a backup.
What do you have in mind?
Ram Charger.
It only turns left.
So we can't do that one?
No.
72 Charger?
No motor, and I can't open the passenger door. It's like stuck.
I can't let you use the Chevelle.
Why not?
Because it's like mellowing into the earth there just properly for the next episode where we need to recover it. Gremlin.
No motor.
White Dodge truck.
Got sideswiped.
Tractor.
Fuel injection problem.
So what's your plan? What are we gonna fix?
74 D100 step side. Almost done.
Don't you normally take stuff to like 90% and just leave it? This would be breaking tradition.
That's when I usually quit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this time we're actually gonna make that garbage run and drive, I hope.
Here's my 1974 Dodge D100 step side. Man, this is a really nice truck. You might think I bought it used off some guy who took care of it for years and years and kept it in his garage. I actually found this in a junkyard in Bakersfield. It was up on blocks, it was already getting parts picked off of it, and I took a look at it, thought, man, this is nicer than the truck I'm trying to fix up. I decided to swap this engine in here. This motor is a 360 Mopar. It's a pretty common engine, but what's uncommon about this one is how much power it makes. Last time it was on the dyno, it made 520 horsepower. It's 11-to-1 compression. It's got a solid flat tappet cam with 575 lift, fully ported intake manifold, steel flywheel center force clutch, 833 4-speed manual transmission with overdrive. Oh, the Achilles heel right here, the thermal quad. I just wanted to try that out for fun. I think it might work okay, but the accelerator pump's not that good. But I'm going to try it.
Has this engine ever run? Is there a transmission in it? Was there a drive shaft? I know nothing.
Well, let me tune you up.
Okay.
This cam has not run in this engine, but this engine has run on the dyno with a different setup.
So we have to break in a cam.
Right.
So this was truly like
valve covers.
1 day from running and you let it sit for like 3 years.
I've been working on it.
It has an exhaust system.
Yep.
Clutch.
Yep.
Drive shaft.
Done.
Brakes.
Yeah.
That didn't sound confident.
I've never driven it, but...
You've never driven this truck at all?
No.
Not since it was in the junkyard?
I just drove it from in here to out the door and back in with the old 318.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is actually going to be pretty victorious.
It's never been on the road.
You can see Dulcich put a larger mechanical fan on this thing, and so he actually had to enlarge the opening on the factory shroud, which was pretty pro.
It's full custom. Here's some grease. You just don't like my way of doing things, do you?
You're gonna grease the inside of the hose?
I always do, so you can take it off easy, otherwise it gets stuck.
Okay, Steve, it's all greased up.
Okay. Slide it right on.
Well, we ran across our first problem, which is that this engine has a solid flat tappet camshaft in it, which means that we need lash between the tip of the valve and the rocker arm. And the stock rocker arms on a small block Chrysler like this are non-adjustable. Instead, we're using aftermarket ones like this that have an adjuster on them right there. And you can see that the adjuster has a ball on the end of it. This is a regular push rod that has a ball on both ends. One goes into the lifter, one goes into the rocker arm. Well, with that aftermarket rocker arm, you've got the ball that goes in the lifter, but a cup that goes onto the rocker arm. And naturally, Steve only has 15 correct push rods with the cup on them. So we're gonna have to make our own. This is gonna be a first, I think, for both of us, but we're gonna try and knock apart the pressed together push rod, shorten the push rod, and put it back together. We're gonna now cut a little bit off this push rod to make it short enough to actually fit.
But now that we know how to do it, we pretty much an unlimited supply.
Custom push rod manufacturing now. No, broke it. Oh, fail. And this tip should just squeeze right in. Ooh, look at that. Bam. I've never made my own push rod before. I just learned something.
That's cool. Pretty good.
There you go.
Finally, my thermal quad. Guys just hate these things, but I think it's misunderstood. Maybe it'll need work later on, but to get fired up, I'll call it good enough. How do you like this big radiator?
The radiator and fan situation is pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think you're set.
What is that? Oh.
Is it leaking?
Yeah. There's no block plugs in the side of the block.
What?
That's fixable. Whoops.
Now we're gonna try and make this turd run.
Turd?
You pretty excited?
Yeah. Oh!
Your timing might be a little out of whack.
It sounds like it.
So he's now questioning himself when he put the distributor in the thing, if he's got it 180 degrees out or something like that.
It's kind of like amateur hour here today.
Tension is rising.
Ooh.
180?
Yeah.
Dude, it's pretty shameful.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. I really have nothing I can say.
That is shame.
Even that. It's not enough to take the blush off my excitement.
Really?
Yeah.
That was pretty embarrassing.
Well, I know.
So now it should crackle immediately to life, right?
I think so.
Is that a header leak?
Yikes.
That's terrible. You missing a bolt? Did you tighten them up?
Oh, I gotta put the spark plug back in.
Oh, maybe you should put the spark plug back in. What just happened is we were revving the thing up and it was backfiring. And I was watching the tach. Above 3,000 RPM, if I was to goose the throttle, the engine would rev higher, but the tach would drop and it would backfire. I told Steve, put the old ECU back on, like the one that's been on the truck for 30 years, not the one that we just bought today.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it fixed it. Watch this.
Wow, this thing's gonna be a beast.
Can it be a beast tomorrow?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Morning, Dulcich.
Hey.
I feel like we didn't do anything.
Really?
What's left?
Sure grip in the rear, because it's a one-legger.
It'd be pretty embarrassing to do burnouts with one leg again.
Oh, we'll have burnouts this time.
So we have to put it in the limited slip and we're good to go?
We've got a pair of shocks to put in the front, because they're probably 30 years old.
That sounds a lot like lying on a cold concrete floor today.
Yeah.
I think I have some conference calls. Let me know when you're done. It turns out this has been way too easy. You gotta figure out what to do next. Look at this. Water, done. Heater, bypassed. Fuel system, handled. Check timing, done. Break-in cam?
Yeah.
Enough.
7,000 RPM break-in.
Battery, handled. Carb mystery? That's still gonna be a mystery. Oil, mount coil.
What's the mystery?
Whether it's gonna actually perform once we drive it or not.
Oh, now I can tell it's perfect. You can cross it off. It's thermal quad. Bulletproof. Cross it off.
Is that it?
Yeah.
This thing was virtually done.
Now it is done almost.
I guess so.
It's still virtually done.
Man, this thing's been lingering for 2 years and it was this close to done?
Well, it was running 2 years ago with the 318, but your muscle truck came over and...
Then you had to have your 550 horsepower.
Yeah, I just felt inadequate with the 318, as good as it was.
I've been assigned to change the front shocks. And Dulcich is out gallivanting around on the farm somewhere. Let's see if I can get this done before he shows up again. garb. I think I stuck the piston in it. Pull it out.
I can't even pull it out.
And then all of a sudden it just goes.
Yeah, look at that.
Can you give me a new one?
Yep.
I think I got the Bilsteins.
They're gas magnums.
Oh, okay.
I thought we got the Radiomatics.
Oh, no. Only the best for the Dulcich D100.
Oh, man.
Okay, next up, we're too ashamed to do burnouts with the Mopar muscle truck with a one-legger rear end. And so we're gonna throw a limited slip in this thing, and it's a Mopar 8 1/4 rear end. Not beefy. You gonna blow it up, Dulcich?
I've blown up probably half a dozen 9 1/4s.
Yeah.
But the 8 1/4 has always turned out to be bulletproof. I think we'll probably take a little longer than 45 minutes here.
This is why I'd initially planned all day for this step. Good thing we soaked up more than half the day doing nothing.
I didn't think we'd find any flaws. That's what's got me completely stymied on this thing.
How could anything be wrong with the D100 you bought from the junkyard?
I know you'd expect everything to be perfect operational condition. Look at that lube.
It's clean and new.
It looks like brand new. It was pretty unexpected. Wow, it's like a little toy in here. Look how small everything is.
Is it dinky?
Yeah. Oh,
Whoa.
dude.
Maybe that's why I went to the junkyard. That's hashed.
Wow. There's no preload on that whatsoever.
They didn't put any adjustment in the
No.
side bearings at all. Dude, that's garb.
I know.
Wow.
I've never seen anything that bad before.
Huh.
That is assembly error. Come on. What are you guys doing?
Those dogs just love us too much.
No.
So the way this rear end works is that it's got these clips in the center differential. You just pull the center pin out of the carrier, and then these clips come out. You just push the axle in a little bit, pull that clip out, and then remove the axle.
Is that legal on the drag strip?
No. The bad part about it is that if an axle breaks, the entire wheel falls off the vehicle. It's the juice.
There it goes, right in the juice.
There we go.
I wonder how the pinion preload is.
Let's see if you can wiggle it.
That's the one thing that could really mess us up.
Yeah. Looks like it's wobbling this way, isn't it? Oh, dude, that's garb.
That was beyond terrible, do you know that?
Yes.
Good thing I didn't try to drive it around like that.
Oh, I know. That was junk.
How far would you think I could have gotten before that blew up?
Oh, look at this.
What? Oh!
Yeah, the pinion has been eating itself on the carrier. Look at that. Chunk, 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 chunk.
This is getting worse and worse. Ouch.
Smash your thumb.
Yeah.
It's cookie time, because our differential is foobar. Remember I was showing you how this was loose in the housing and so was the pinion? Well, it looks like there is a shim missing in here that is needed in order to create the stack up that we need in order to get some crush between the two inner and outer pinion bearings. Dulcich is upstairs trying to find some sort of material to make a shim out of. We're about to roadkill this thing together. We're gonna fix it with fire for your entertainment. We're gonna make a Lincoln locker. That's right, I'm gonna weld together the open differential so that it'll spin both tires. It's complete butchery, standard circle track procedure. So he just heated that thing up in order to burn off all the solvent so that I can now go in here and zap all of the spider gears together. Here you can see the side gears. These are where the axles slide in. They've got splines in them, and then these gears over here will rotate with them like that. And that's an open differential. So we'll go and tack all these locations so the gears are all held in place. All right, I'm not proud, but it's functional. So we've got all of these gears all welded together in here. It's pretty Mickey Mouse, but it'll last long enough for what we need to do, which is do burnouts tomorrow, which means we need to assemble this tonight. See, we had to clear the back side of this washer right here to let it go further down on the snout of the pinion so that it would tighten up.
Oh yeah, there we go.
All right, now it's on enough to install the washer. Got it? Looks like it's meshed. This is something you really don't want to do, is turn this into a locker like we've done, or into a spool with a C-clip type axle. This clip is what holds the axle into the housing. So if it breaks anywhere outboard of that, the whole wheel and tire come out of the housing, which is super bad. So don't do this at home. Completely doing the wrong thing the wrong way. That's gonna be it for tonight, because all we have really left to do is throw the drums on the thing, put gear oil in it. Under the hood, there's like a battery hold down, throw a hood on it, and tomorrow we'll be driving this thing.
I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. I hope it's warmer. Whoa. Well, you ready?
Yeah,
How do you feel?
great. Clutch take-up's about perfect.
How far are you gonna go before you blow up my welded rear end?
I don't know. It's the first time I've ever driven this truck.
Ever?
Yeah.
You wanna see if it has brakes? Think it has brakes?
Oh, it does. I checked that already.
I'm still nervous. Whoa, wheel hop. Should I be embarrassing your truck's faster than my Roadrunner?
You think it is?
I'm sure it is.
Wow. That's power. Yeah.
It broke them loose.
I think I did.
This truck has been in process since, I don't know, a year before we even started filming Roadkill Garage. He's been working on it like a day here and a day there. It's actually really pretty nice. And he's really stoked right now because this thing is good.
The transmission was never rebuilt. It just came out of a van at the junkyard.
And this is the first time you've ever driven it?
Yeah.
Wow, pretty good. This truck's really good.
Like it?
Yep. Want to trade me for the muscle truck?
No, but I'll race you for paints.
Thanks. I bet it'll do a burnout if you give it enough RPM so it doesn't wheel hop.
Really?
That was sort of a challenge.
Sounded like one.
Oh! That is horrible.
That's gonna break stuff.
That's definitely gonna break stuff. Oh! If that didn't break the Lincoln locker, it's probably pretty good. You know there's a UPS truck right behind you, right?
No. See him?
Sounds good. It's all win.
Yeah.
This thing's actually way better than I anticipated.
Really? Why?
Because you kept saying you bought it out of a junkyard, and I have done like those little segments and stuff with the truck, but I never realized really how much work you've put into it over all these years, like perfecting the dash and getting every rattle out of it and putting a stereo in it.
An AC.
This thing just
insulation.
Push,
4-speed.
I know.
Center force clutch. 500 horsepower motor. Gigantic cooling system.
It's mint.
Trailer towing. The new shocks that you got for me, which are great.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, I can't wait to daily drive this thing. It's been too long. I had the don't hit the dart, and then when I took that apart, I've been hot rod-less. This finally brings me home. Dude, I'm just gonna be driving this thing to West Tech, to the office, to your house. Maybe I might even go to a barbecue all the way out to Hunkin's house. So what are you doing here?
Feeding you. We made it out of the shop to the drag strip. We're at Tucson Dragway for the Roadkill zip tie drags with all of our friends. Yeah! And so now we're gonna go heads up with the Dulcich D100 Mopar muscle truck versus the actual muscle truck.
Actual. So you have it patented. You know, I'm just the imitation Mopar muscle truck, and that's the real McCoy, the genuine article?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
So how's this gonna play out?
First round, we're in our own trucks. Second round, we'll swap trucks. And then if you still want to actually show yourself on the track,
then we can do a third
So
round.
what are you trying to say? 2 out of 3?
No, this is gonna be fun. We both drove our trucks all the way here from LA. Steve pulled like a heroic last-minute thrash to get his done, and mine was just casually waiting. Matter of fact, he pulled a last-minute thrash to
On
get
your truck.
mine done, so I can't take all the credit.
Yeah, and my truck is raw, it's unrefined. Yours is totally dialed in. This is the first time out on mine.
Mine's the Roadkill muscle truck. You're going in the ring with Ali.
I know.
Yeah, you're going down.
I'm Fraser. I'm going to be a punching bag.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well.
All right, let's run them.
Let's do it.
What did you do?
Did you see?
No, I was way out ahead going 13:23 at 109.
That's pretty fast. I was ice skating on my street tires. I think I walked you out of the hole.
Let's go to the video replay on that.
I think-
I don't think so.
No, I think I hole shotted you, but I was spinning the tires so bad.
That's possible.
I actually thought if it hooked up, I'd
Actually,
take
you
you
know
out.
what? You did get the move on me. Because, yep, I saw you in the peripheral.
I was watching the tree pretty closely.
I walked it out of the hole because I knew it wasn't going to hook. You just clutch dumped.
I never knew what that thing would do. It's never been launched.
Right.
And I had the traction bars and confidence. So I launched it at $4,000 and it just fishtailed all over the track.
I was really happy with my number, but I think we got to go again.
I didn't get anything of value out of that pull.
Not at all.
Nothing.
So, one more time.
Okay.
Here's the factor I think Dulcich overlooked in this whole thing is you can't take on the Roadkill muscle truck. It's at the top of the heap. You should have known there was no chance that the Dodge was actually going to outrun this thing. He's got goals. It leaves him goals. You finally got that truck running after working on it forever, and you drove it all the way from LA to Tucson.
That's real progress.
That was a win. Had
Yeah.
your kids in the truck, the whole thing.
I like it.
Dude, I ran 13.1, and I went 109 miles an hour on that other pass.
I never even got a good pass off. The van transmission let me down.
I know, I feel bad. I really think you need to put slicks on it and try again and probably fix the trans and put a Holly on it.
I don't know if I should even put the slicks on you. I can't shift the gears. I've got plenty of muscle, but not enough truck. I think's the problem
That's
here.
true.
So,
Whereas I've got the muscle and the truck.
I know.
I think you learned you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
I know we'll have a rematch one of these days.
Oh, maybe we should.
Yeah.
We'll have to dial that truck in and do this again, maybe on another episode of Roadkill Garage.
What's going on?
It barely squirts. And it's varnish.
It's probably out of gas.
You think?
Yeah, we've done.